You slept for 8 hours. So why does waking up still feel like your body came back, but you did not? The alarm rings. The room is quiet. Nothing dramatic has happened. Just another morning. But before your feet touch the floor, you already feel defeated, as if the day is waiting for someone you no longer know how to be. And here is the part most people miss. Emotional burnout does not always announce itself with tears. Sometimes it arrives quietly. It looks like brushing your teeth with no thoughts. It looks like staring at your closet until every shirt feels wrong. It looks like saying, "I'm fine," so quickly that nobody gets close enough to ask again. But what if that tiredness is not really about sleep? What if it is the first sign of something I call the quiet shutdown? When your body keeps moving, but your inner life stops answering. You still reply to emails. You still smile at the right moments. You still buy groceries, finish tasks, and act like a person who is functioning. Burnout is easy to miss when you are useful, but usefulness is not the same as aliveness. The first sign hides inside tiny decisions. You open the fridge, close it, and feel close to crying because choosing food feels like too much. You stand in front of your clothes because every choice feels like another demand. You read a message from someone you love and place the phone face down. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes shame. And this is where burnout becomes cruel. You do not just feel tired. You start feeling guilty for being tired. You wonder why you cannot handle normal things anymore. Why a simple text feels heavy. Why making dinner feels like planning a war. Why hearing your own name called from another room makes your chest tighten before you even know what someone wants. Maybe it is rationing energy. When your nervous system has carried too much for too long, it protects you from anything that might cost more. A decision costs more. A conversation costs more. Even happiness can cost more if it requires you to show up for it. So you repeat what feels safe. Here is the twist. You are not always choosing what you love. Sometimes you are choosing what costs the least. You think, maybe I'm just indecisive now. Maybe I'm antisocial. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I don't care about anything anymore. But what if those are not traits? What if they are symptoms of a system trying not to collapse? There is another sign almost nobody talks about. The pause before entering your own life. Maybe you know it. You get home and sit in the car after turning off the engine. No music, no phone, just your hands on the wheel and your eyes on nothing. You are suspended between the person you had to be outside and the person you still have to be inside. Or you stand outside your door because walking in means becoming someone again. A partner, a parent, the responsible one, the calm one. That pause is not laziness. It is your body whispering, "Please, not one more roll yet." Burnout does not only make tasks feel heavy, it makes identity feel heavy. Being polite feels heavy. Being reachable feels heavy. Even being loved can feel heavy when your system is too depleted to receive care without experiencing it as pressure. So you disappear in small ways. But wait, because the next sign is the one people often praise. You overfunction. You become the reliable one. The one who says yes before checking if yes will hurt. You keep the peace, solve problems, respond calmly, and make yourself easy to need. But strength and survival can wear the same face. Sometimes you are not doing everything because you have energy. Sometimes you are doing everything because stopping would let the emptiness catch up. And that is a dangerous place to live, being admired for the very habit that is draining you. Then night arrives. All day, you are exhausted. You dreamed of sleep, but the moment the room goes dark, your hand reaches for the phone. You are not even enjoying them. You are refusing to end the day because ending the day means admitting you never really had a moment that belonged to you. This is not just bad discipline. It is a quiet rebellion. The day took your patience, voice, smile, body, and emotional labor. So at night, you steal time back from sleep because sleep feels like surrendering the only private hours you have left. But here is the trap. The escape that gives you 5 minutes of control can steal the recovery you needed for tomorrow. So you wake up tired again. Then you blame yourself again. Then the shame makes you need more escape again. And the loop keeps feeding itself while you keep calling it a bad habit. That is not weakness. That is a tired nervous system trying to feel free. Another sign appears as irritability. A notification buzzes, and your whole body tightens. Someone asks a harmless question, and it lands like a demand. A loved one needs help, and something inside you wants to scream, even though you love them. But irritability is often grief wearing armor. You are not angry because the question was impossible. You are angry because your capacity is gone. And when capacity is gone, even love can sound like noise. This is where the quiet shutdown becomes dangerous. You begin to believe this version of you is the real one, the distant one, the impatient one, the numb one. But numbness is not peace. Numbness is your mind lowering the volume because everything has been too loud for too long. Maybe good news does not feel like joy anymore. It feels like relief. Maybe compliments slide off you. Maybe music you used to love now feels like background noise. But when the brain protects you from pain, it can also distance you from pleasure. You do not just lose sadness. You lose color. You lose anticipation. You lose the small spark that used to make ordinary days feel personal. And the scariest part is not that you are tired. The scariest part is that you may start believing you are always this empty. You are not. You were hidden in there. There was a version of you who felt curious, a version who looked forward to things, a version who could answer a message without rehearsing. That version is not gone. They are buried under too many days of performing okay. So how do you come back without turning healing into another project? Do not build a perfect morning routine. Do not punish yourself with a new productivity system. Do not make rest another competition you have to win. Burnout does not need you to become a better machine. It needs you to stop treating yourself like one. Tonight, choose one small act of honesty. Leave one non-urgent message unanswered without insulting yourself. Put the phone down 5 minutes earlier, not as a rule, but as a kindness. Let one task stay unfinished, and notice how loud the guilt becomes. That guilt is not proof you are failing. It may be the echo of a life that taught you rest must be earned. Then ask one gentler question. Not, what is wrong with me? Ask, what have I been carrying that my calendar refuses to show? Maybe it is pressure. Maybe it is loneliness. Maybe it is being the strong one for too long. You do not have to fix everything today. You only have to stop calling your pain a character flaw. So tomorrow morning, if you wake up tired again, pause before you attack yourself. Place one hand on your chest. Take one slow breath. And remember, your body may not be betraying you. It may be telling the truth you have been too busy to hear. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not hard to love because you are exhausted. You are overloaded, and overloaded systems do not need shame. They need less weight, more honesty, and a place where they can stop performing. The version of you who feels alive is still there, waiting underneath the noise, the late nights, the unread messages, the forced smiles, and the years of saying, I'm fine. Recovery may begin quietly, not with a dramatic breakdown, not with a perfect plan, but with the moment you stop trying to prove you can carry everything and finally admit you were never meant to. If this made you feel a little less alone, stay with us. Empty But Aware is a quiet place for people who look fine on the outside, but are learning to understand what hurts inside. Subscribe for soft psychology stories that help you name what you have been carrying.